Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and today I'm going to do kind of an opening unboxing of the Milwaukee M18 Topoff. And what this thing is basically it's an inverter that allows you to use AC powered devices as well as two USBs, all running off of one of the standard M18 Milwaukee batteries. And I've used a bunch of different inverters over the years. This is one of my first ones. This is an old Cobra. It's a 400 watt inverter, and these was designed to run out of a like the cigarette or power port in a vehicle, and then it had a couple of outlets. Turn it on. It's kind of a heavy duty, lot of metal, big fan. And then I had another one. This is a Black & Decker. This one's a 500 watt, so it's a little more powerful. 2 USB, 2 output. Again, it's a plastic material fan. All these seem to have fans. Then a smaller DeWalt. This guy is about 140 watt output. Pretty solid design. I think this cord's a little overbuilt, but yeah, because it drags the unit around. But it's a good mobile one, quick to have, and quick to use. This one seems a little bit more durable. It's got a rubberized coating or cover. Little smaller form factor, and this guy also you can hang it up if you want, or build a spot for it. This basically you'd screw this into something and then slide it on, kind of keep it in place. But this one I like when I'm working like out of the back of my truck, where I have a power port as well. Just simply because of the design. It's a little more solid. This is one of my favorites. This is a snap-on inverter. Basically, it's got one USB port here, on-off, one AC port there. And the form factor is exactly the same as a beverage can. In fact, it's designed to fit in a cup holder, which I thought was pretty cute. And then I love this. It says, caution, this is not a beverage. Just in case you couldn't figure it out. But again, you're working pretty close to a power port, which can be a problem. And again, I have to have a power port, which is running off a 12-volt battery. So what are my options? Well, up until now, there weren't very many, and Milwaukee's solution now is the Topoff. And I had been looking at one of these for quite a while, but I finally decided, with all the crazy weather events going on, even though that's kind of life here in the last best place, but what I decided is I'd go ahead and get one of these now rather than later. And it turned out that the local big box that sells a lot of Milwaukee, you know, the one that has they make the employees wear orange, I assume, because then they hunt around the store looking for products. But anyway, they had one, and I've looked around. They're hard to find, and so I decided to go get it and give it a shot, and that's what you're watching right here. I'm opening it today with these old Dimaloy or Diamond Alloy or Diamond Tool Company shears. Diamond Tool Company is pretty old. It started in Duluth, Minnesota. I think they built their first factory in like 1910, but 1908 is when the blacksmiths there were making horseshoes and accessories, and they turned into a tool maker primarily known for their pliers and adjustable wrenches, to the point that early on they used to be co-sold with Snap-on, when Snap-on was primarily a socket dealer or manufacturer, and so they had some pliers and wrenches that would also be displayed and sold, carried around, kind of like in the old days of whatever the tool truck was in the 1930s. But anyway, obviously they've evolved beyond horseshoes, make a lot of different things. I mean, this thing could be from the 1930s, it could be from the 1960s and 1980s, I don't know. But they make solid tools. In fact, I guess they used to make some of the Blue Point tongue and groove pliers. They were pretty popular manufacturer for a lot of other brands, and you can still find Diamond tools all over the place. So it's not like they're rare or collectible, although of course there are collectors. So here we go. What are we working with? Let's see. According to this information, so with a 2.0 battery, this is actually a 1.5, but close enough. With this size battery on here, it says that you can charge a phone about 2.5 times, a tablet almost once, a computer half, and 46 runtime minutes of some television, I assume is what that is, and then 27 minutes of a large fan. If you jump up to a 5 amp hour like this one here, the XC50, you get 5.5 phone charges, 2 tablets, and let's see, 1 charge of a laptop, 118 television minutes or 72 fan minutes, and then if you jump up all the way to their big old 12 here, you can get 12 phone charges, 4.5 tablet charges, a little over 2.5 computer charges, 280 minutes of watching TV, and 151 minutes of a fan operation. So that's not bad. I have other plans for it besides those things, but I thought I'd take a look at it with you the first time. This is a rafter hook. I appreciate these things. I think it's a little overkill for something this small, but I don't know why not. I'd rather have it than not have it. And then underneath the standard connection, we should slide onto a battery. Up here, top end, we've got our AC port. We've got 2 USBs. There's a USB-C and a USB-A. So covers both bases there. And apparently you can simultaneously run these. So you can use both USB ports and the output down here for the AC. And I have heard that people have stuck the small surge suppressor or multi-outlet ports into it so they can plug other things into it. It does have some thermal protection, so it shouldn't get messed up if you push it a little far. This one, I think this is 150 watts. That's not a lot. Is that what it is? And what that does, 175, sorry, that's what it is. 175 watts. Remember, this one was about 140, this little DeWalt. So 175 watts, which is enough to do a whole bunch of stuff. Probably can't run a refrigerator or a space heater, but short of those things, you should be able to do quite a bit with it. I like the design, the shape of it. Some of the other things that Milwaukee makes, like these, this is their USB cover. This thing, a little hard to get stuff in there, but it does offer some cable protection, a little bit of management if you throw a rubber band around the cable when it's attached in there. But anyway, it's I think it's a step up. They're spending a little bit more time trying to design things just a little smoother there. This is one of the Milwaukee M12 power ports, so I can actually, wonder if I could plug this in here, and then I could get my my outlet. I haven't tried it yet. Maybe I'll have to do that and run it off an M12. See how that goes. But anyway, it's in there snug. So let's take a look at this guy. One of the things I wanted to try is, wouldn't it be cool if you could have like a battery-powered drill? So I got my drill out. Here it is. It's this one of these yellow ones, and let's see if I plug it in here. Turn that on by pushing the lower button. I can hear the fan kick on. Yeah, that isn't a whole lot of good here. Let's try that again. Not working out very well. Maybe I need to try something a little bit less aggressive. So how about let's charge a phone, plug this guy in and see how this goes any better. And the answer is, well, it's already 100% charged, but it is charging, so that's good. That part works. Let me run something that's a little bit less taxing. What I've got here, lower this down, is one of my Milwaukee lights. This is one of the M12 ones, but as you can see in the base here, there's no battery, but I have hooked up a cord. This is one that I usually use when videoing. So let's try this guy. So we turn it on, and let's see if we can run a light here, wherever the on button is. That isn't working either, huh? Oh, there we go. Takes a moment, I guess. Finally, had to think about it. So that works. So we know this thing works. But why can't I operate my drill? Is that just too much? Let's try that again. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Took it a little too far. Now I got to see what that's telling me. What is a... Oh, and it's blinking at me too. Pushing this a little too far, too fast, huh? So according to Milwaukee here, I can open this thing. Number 7 there says that is the overload indicator. So there's an overload and a temperature indicator. So I haven't overheated the thing, but I definitely overloaded it. So it's reset. So the drill is too much for it, but the light isn't. So I need to figure out the sweet spot for this thing. I have a monitor up here I could try, and a few others. So I'll be playing around with it, and I'll get back to you on where this thing fits. In all honesty, I got it mostly to run laptops. So I can charge up a laptop or run some of the peripherals that I use with the laptop. I guess I could try one of my lights here too. That'd be kind of interesting. Let's see if it can run one of these studio type lights I'm using. I'll unplug it out of the wall here. You can see one went out. Let's see what happens here. Oh, there, I can run a portable studio off my my Topoff here. So small electronics, doesn't look like much beyond a fan motor will work. So with that, I'm going to have to explore more and get back with you to let you know if it's worth the $100 price of admission. So, Doc out.